On average, we spend 90,000 hours of our lives at work. That's a lot of Monday mornings. But more importantly, unhappy and disengaged workers cost the UK economy billions of pounds every year. So is enjoying your work a luxury for the few, or something everyone should expect their employer to take an active role in? Is work a necessary evil, or should it be another opportunity to express, define and enjoy life? Goodman Masson has been recruiting executive professionals for over 25 years and has won 30 awards for the way they treat their people in the last 6 years. Is the answer as simple as putting a pool table in the staff room? Does having a great workplace positively impact the bottom line? What, if anything, can other businesses learn from the way of work? And how do you stop a fun environment from turning a great place to work into a great place to shirk?
At the end of the day, on average, we spend 90,000 hours of our lives at work. You know, it's a very, very long time to be unhappy or unengaged.
There's literally nothing not to like. We're going skiing and in March. We're paid quite well, we get really good bonuses. I work really cushy hours compared to my friends in recruitment.
Here we've got a fantastic culture which kind of breeds that sense of almost loyalty in a way.
It's about creating an environment to make their employees want to be a part of.
Happiness is often seems like a word you shouldn't use in business, but happy people produce more, happy people stay longer, happy people are nicer to each other. And so I think from both sides you have a responsibility to either say, I'm not happy, if you're not, or as an employer, you've got to stay on top of this stuff and understand these are people. You have a duty of care to make sure you inspire them when they're at work.
You can't just bung a pool table in a room and say that it's work-life balance. There's one behind me, isn't there? The experience is based on 4 pillars. So it's work, grow, reward and connect. So connect is all about the events that they run and spending time with your colleagues. But work is all to do with giving you the right tools to do a really good job. So whether that's IT, marketing, so any support teams. If IT are doing some software updates, an email goes out. Grow, which is all about career development, growing you as a professional and as a person. And then reward is all about how you get paid. So that's to do with the Benefits Boutique, which is all of the loans that we do. So it's the Exotic Holiday Fund, the Mortgage Fund, Technology Fund, the Knowledge Fund.
There's so much data now. You look, as I say, downstairs, 140, 150 people just managing that data and being recruiters.
If you've got a good recruiter networking on your behalf, they're going to have 1,000 times more connections than you're going to have. If I have a good candidate that comes to me, I've got 1,000 people I can refer them to.
But there are people that day in, day out, they specifically target their roles about recruiting the right types of candidates for these kinds of roles, so they know exactly the people to introduce you to get you in the door with. They have the pre-existing relationships there, so I suppose it just makes the whole process a lot sort of hassle-free.
If you've got a good recruiter networking on your behalf, then they can sell you. So there's times where we'll have candidates that maybe don't look great on paper, and we'll say to the line manager, actually, this is why you should see them, and they'll get an interview still.
Recruitment consultancy isn't just about finding people. It's not just about that match. It's about a lot more than that. It's about helping businesses understand what they need to do to be more attractive to the general market. And then also, once they've got this talent, to retain them. The number one reason they're sitting there is not money. People think, oh, people want more money. It's becoming rarer and rarer that is the case. And that can be a myriad of different things. However a nicer place is to work, if the business hasn't set a vision and isn't changing, people can't grow within it, I think you're going to struggle with retention. It could be a clear route to promotion. I don't think it's an unreasonable question for anybody in a company to say, what do I need to do to get to the next step? And too often I think the answer is when you get there, we'll tell you. Well, that's not tangible, it's not good enough. Over the last 20 years, we've seen the lengths that people do jobs for independent companies reducing. Now it seems acceptable that you can skip jobs every couple of years. Okay, well that's because it's okay for people to go and seek more interesting challenges. Well, we'll try and create a workplace that has those, and then you'll retain those people. All these awards we've won, they're pretty serious ones. In 2015, we were We were recognised as the best small company to work for in the whole of the UK. That's 50,000 companies enter that. And we can now go to our clients and say, look, we will help you find people, but also let's help look at your employer brand. Let's look at how you engage these people. Let's look at what you do around your work, the modern workplace, the environment you work in. The secret to engaging employees is to give them a work-life balance. Enable them to do lots of stuff outside of work. Well, we do that, but actually it's quite a lazy way of looking at it, because for the other third of their life, they're here. And when they're here, it's got to be a nice environment to work in. And it's an environment where you're constantly challenged, where you're trained. You know, where training is a constant need and that's met around, you know, I'm going to make you better at your job today. We will go to a company and go, right, you know, you've got a lot of hiring you want to do, you're growing fast, whatever the reason might be, you've got a big project of transformation where you're going to need a lot of people. Let us build this website for you from scratch. And we build it from our knowledge of what people actually look for. It shouts at, you know, the market out there going, this is why you should come and work here. And sometimes that will lead to us saying to that client, look, your benefits packages they're not right. You know, these are the guys you're competing with, the other businesses where this talent wants to go, and look where you rank.
We speak to other companies quite a bit about how to implement something like this in the business, and we go there and we show them all this stuff that we do, but we say, like, we're not saying that you need to do all of this, because not every company can do this, they're not big enough, or, you know, but just taking like the smaller things. We have a fruit delivery every Tuesday and Thursday morning. I mean, it's just a fruit delivery, but it will make a difference because it creates a better atmosphere. You could start something really small like that. Or, I mean, obviously, one of the most important things is making sure that your computers work and everything like that. Start with the infrastructure.
There are some benefits out there that companies can give quite easily, which doesn't affect a lot. You know, a day a week from home. If you're currently making people work until 5:30, does that extra half an hour actually make a difference? Would it ruin you to finish an hour earlier on a Friday so people can avoid the rush hour and get home? The understanding that we all have handheld phones now, we're always on. You know, you're getting emails all times of the day. So where's that time come back to the employee? Companies need to understand that's what flexible working, I think, is trying to combat. With all this data management we've been talking about, you know, does the jobs for the boys or referred candidates, does that still exist? It's massive, and it will always be huge, and that's the people element. Good people know good people. That's a mantra in what we do. And is a reality. A known quantity is always going to be a better option.